Hi everybody, welcome back to Live Better, Eat Great, SaveMoney.com. I'm Bobby Keogh, at home and on the road, and today we're at home. It's Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving everybody. Glad to have you with me. This is just going to be a quick video showing a couple of things and some ideas for some Thanksgiving specials here, and I wanted to share it with you. So I'm going to make this a quick one today, so I know you want to get back to your family and friends. So we got here, number one is the turkey. This is a turkey breast. You can buy it like this, and a really good friend of mine who's also a great chef, Chef Dan, he'll be on our show in the future. He's really bashed below. I see you over there, Dan. And what he done was, he used the Brinkmann smoker, the same unit as I have, except his works on charcoal and wood. I cheat a little bit, I have the electric model, but he smoked it in the smoker for, I believe he said 4 to 5 hours, and then he finished it off in the oven to give it the finished coating here. And so this is the end result. It's basically all the breast, and it comes out excellent right in the smoker. That's number one, and it's all completely done. We'll put this over here out of the way. The next thing we're going to do is a nice double loin rack of lamb. We did a very good deal. This here was purchased over down in Pathmark when I was down in Yonkers, so it's not really local for over here. It is part of the Hudson Valley, because that's what we are, the Hudson Valley, trying to help each other. But I got a really good deal. If you're down that area, it's worth it. On Central Avenue, there's a lot of good food stores, and the prices are really good. So if you're down there doing any kind of shopping, check out the local Pathmarks down in the southern part of Central Avenue. Really great deals there in that store. I'm not sure where Dan purchased the turkey breast, but it was locally into the Carmel area. And what we're also going to do is to start off with this here. I'm going to do a stuffed acorn squash. I nuked the acorn squash. Yes, I cheated again. And then I cut everything out. I have the acorn squash, and what I also do is, over here, I steamed, I have some turnip and rutabaga. And what we're going to do is, we're going to put it in a bowl, and we're going to whip everything up just like making whipped mashed potatoes, and then we're going to take it, stuff it right back in the acorn squash, and then we're going to rebake it again as we're cooking our loin lamb chops, which are going to be made in the skillet. We have an oven preheated to 425. We're going to sear it first, and it'll cook probably 50% of the way in the searing, and then we're going to put the whole thing right in the oven and cook it for maybe 7 or 8 minutes just to finish it off, and it'll be nice and pink on the inside with a nice seared on the outside. It should come out perfect, I hope. Okay, so what we're going to do now is the turnips and rutabagas we're steaming, and then we finished them off right in here, nice and soft, ready to go. Take them out. Right into the colander in my sink here. Then just shake them out a little bit. We're going to be cutting and editing a couple of things here to shorten up this episode for you guys, but I'm going to give you all the information. So it's going to go right into the bowl, just like you would when you make regular mashed potatoes. And then, I already scooped out the acorn squash, and we're just going to take it and add it all together. So the two taste together should be interesting. Depends on what you like. You know, you could always change it and modify it. Depends on what you guys like at home, as always. So then what I like to do is, just like making regular mashed potatoes, throw a bunch of butter in there. It depends on your taste, usually a quarter stick, something like that. You could use just a little bit, try and be healthy. The idea is also to cook healthy too. But I myself, I'm going to add just probably a quarter, a little over a quarter of a stick of butter right there. A few pats sliced up, maybe just a little bit more. It's the holidays. Let's go for it. Why not? Come on. Okay. And then, of course, I have a little bit of milk at room temperature because you don't want to cool it off too quickly because then it's not going to whip up and be light. It'll be heavy. So we'll just put a little bit in there to start. And everything is done by taste. Okay. So I'm going to whip these up there and mash them up. Cut. Are you ready?
It's on.
Oh, I didn't say action. Okay, now we got it all whipped up. And now I'm going to start to add my seasonings and little spices here. Depends on what you like, what I like. Real Vermont maple syrup is nice. A little bit of nutmeg, a touch of cinnamon. The butter is already in there. When I do, in my other show, when I did the meatloaf special, you've seen when I did the acorn. If you go back to that page, you'll see how I did the other style acorn squash. Now I'm changing it around a little bit. And I love all the natural acorn, butternut squash, spaghetti squash. This stuff is great. It's really healthy and makes great side dishes. So we're going to put a touch of cinnamon in here. And then a little bit of nutmeg. Very strong stuff. You don't want to overpower it. You just want to enhance the taste, not overpower it. So just a little bit. Just a drop of nutmeg. And if you want, right now, I mean, just the way it is, this is perfect. You don't got to do anything. I myself, I'm just going to put a tiny bit of the maple syrup. Just a little bit. I mean, less than a teaspoon I'm just going to put in here. Just a wee bit. And at this point, if you wanted to, you can add a little bit more butter if you wanted to. I'm trying to be conservative on everything. But now, I hit it again. Go. Oh yeah. Right now, that's good. This hand mixer, I got up at right now, Route 9 up in Wappingers at the Goodwill store up there for like $3. It probably goes for like $20, $25 in the regular store. I go to all these different places, these Goodwill stores, the Salvation Army stores. Tons of great stuff there, and the money goes to a good cause and helps people in need locally in our area and helping our friends and people we may know who need a helping hand. Okay, now, next, cut. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to take it over here, and we are going to take our shells from the acorn squash. When you hollow these things out, after you cook them, bake them, or put them in the microwave like I did, they get very sensitive and tender, so you got to be careful. What I done was, after I leave them whole, I put a couple of slits in them, because if you ever take a potato and put it in a microwave without putting the slits in it, sometimes they can explode. So I take a knife, I just put maybe 1 or 2 whole slices in the middle. That way the steam comes out and won't build up pressure. And then afterward, I just cut the tops off, I hollow them out, and I put them in a bowl separately. And you can take your turnip and rutabaga, cut that up, and when that's all steamed and cooked, as you've seen, put it together. We whipped it. And now what we'll do is, we're going to take them. The oven is preheated to 400 degrees. If you use a thermometer, I have an oven thermometer in there. I always use it because every oven, the temperature is off. Because we're going to take the acorn squash, we're going to put them in there, heat them up, and then we're going to do the lamb loins, and everything's going to be done in the one pan here, and it's going to go directly into the oven. So what we're going to do is mix this up, and we're going to put it right into the shells, and it'll be a really nice presentation also. We put it on a platter in the middle of the loins. It'll look pretty good when we put it out on the table for everybody. And this is, can be used as just as basic little side dish. Put that in there, and there you go. And we're going to have a lot left over. And if you like, you just put this in there. There's a lot left over. Just put it in a bowl, keep it on the side of the table. And then what we'll do is I kept the tops. So we're just going to put the tops right back on there, and it'll look nice when you take them out of the oven. Just take the tops off and serve it. Looks good that way. So what we'll do is, I have my two tops here. It's here on the side for later. And then basically just put the top right on there and put the other one right on here. Love that stuff, it's great. And then what we do is take the oven and put this right into the oven. It's already been heated, already been cooked, so it's just going to basically re-warm it up now. And we'll put this all laying back. There we go. Or what we'll do is I'm going to put it on the bottom so I won't interfere when I put the rack in there with the whole skillet. There you go. So we'll put that in there, close it. Now by the time we're done doing the rack of lamb, and the turkey is all ready, and of course everything else, all the other side dishes and everything. I didn't do a lot of stuff. This is just a quick show here just to say hi and give you some ideas. Usually the rack lamb is very, very expensive. I picked this up, like I said, I was down in Pathmark down in Yonkers, the one store there in Central Avenue. They have a lot of great deals down there. Usually these go for like anywhere from $8 to $12 a pound, these things. And some stores, the trucks deliver too much stuff, and the stores just have to dump it at a really good price. This was like $4.99, $3.99, $4.99 a pound. They had a whole bunch of them out there. And I just took 4 or 5 of them, and what I done was I actually bought these last year, and I vacuum packed them. I have a food saver. This thing is great. Got this thing years ago. They make different models now. I picked this up when I was commercial fishing up in Alaska years ago. This is one of the original ones. It's the commercial, and it's been all over the country. Take this thing with me everywhere, and it does a great job. They're not that expensive. Like, they're very inexpensive now. They came a long way, but I've had this for many, many years. It works very good. I was gonna, we can zoom in here. Hang on. Okay. I was going to do, there's a sale up at ShopRite for the Australian beef. And this is a boneless, the club steak there, the prime rib. And it is the boneless one. It was on sale for like $4.99 this week. And it's the Australian beef. It's very, very lean. It's not corn-fed. It's natural grass-fed. And it comes out like veal. If you get the Australian, the shell steaks, the boneless shell steak, you can cut it up thin. You could pound it, cook it just like veal. And the stuff is just fantastic. You're not paying $12 a pound, $14 a pound if you want to make the veal marsala, veal scallopini, or the veal parmesan. And it's excellent. Works the same way. Beautiful stuff. And this is like I said, as an example, with the food saver, you vacuum pack it, and you can put this in a deep freezer. My deep freezer I keep it down around 0. And it really keeps the meats excellent there. Excuse me, let me put this back in my freezer. Sorry. So, next, moving right along, what we're going to do is we're going to start cooking the rack of lambs. Cut. Okay, now we're going to start the loin lamb. First thing I did was the loins come from the butcher. You have them crack the bones. So after it's cooked, you can just slice off each loin lamb chop. And then what happens is on the back side, it comes with a layer of fat. This cut of meat does have an outer layer of fat, and what you do is you trim off the back. Sorry, I already pre-trimmed everything because I had to marinate it. So basically, there's a layer of fat. A lot of people, they just score it and leave it. I myself, I removed it. Let's try and make everything a little bit healthier, reduce the cholesterol, reduce the fat intake. So I chose to fillet it off. And what I use is, let me see, I go into my tackle box. Now it's fisherman art. Here you go. Break out my trusty Rapala fillet knife. Works really good. A lot of people go out and spend $200, $300, $400 on knives. I just get a lot of simple stuff. You can get a lot of little things on really great deals for like under $10, $12, $15. You don't got to spend $200, $300 on a knife. You can if you want, you know, if you do it professionally, but you know, we're here trying to save money. So I just go to my tackle box. And what I done was, I trimmed it off, and then the first thing I done was, you have to make a marinade. I'll have to let it soak maybe 3 to 4 hours, or overnight if you like, but 3 to 4 hours, you do is you find a dish. And then for my marinade, of course, you start off, when you rub the meat itself, you start off with your salt and pepper, and you rub it, hand rub it in. And then what you do is, in the marinade there, I get all my sage, I put some savory, thyme, and of course my rosemary, which from my plant here goes all year round. I just love this stuff. I do it with everything, all kinds of recipes, soups, roast, everything, and this thing will go forever. You just keep trimming it and just keep watering it, and they go forever. They're wonderful. And then you just take a little bit of sprinkle, put it right in here. You put start off your olive oil and put everything right in there. And then I get, like I said, I infuse it myself. I got this 1 bottle of the Leggios, and I keep adding. You just get the big gallons of olive oil, the good, halfway decent stuff when they're on sale. Just keep filling this up and putting all your herbs and everything right in there to infuse it yourself. Let it sit for a month or two. And now you're only spending maybe $1 or $2 instead of $12 or $15. You don't got to buy a bottle of infused olive oil. Do it yourself, like I did. Right off, you know, trim from the plant, and you're okay. So, for a marinade, put the olive oil, all my savory, sage, thyme, rosemary, a couple of tablespoons of the garlic. I put just a small squirt of the lemon juice in there, and then you just stir it around, and then you put a little bit of a white wine. You don't have to. At this point, you don't have to do anything. I add a little bit of white wine to it. And then after that, you just take your lamb loins, you put them in there, roll it all around, and cover it in wax paper or any kind of saran wrap, and put it right in the refrigerator. Let it sit for 3 or 4 hours, and then you take them out. And you transfer them out to another dish because you want it to be room temperature. Your meat, when it's room temperature, it'll cook evenly and cook better and not burn. So you want to keep that in mind also. And then I just took them out, put them on the platter, and then next we're going to do is we're going to cook everything right in the stainless steel skillet. We're going to sear it first. We're going to sear it all the way around. We'll do is put a little bit of olive oil, since it already has a lot of oils on it. We're going to put a little bit on there just so it doesn't burn. We just want to sear it and not burn it. And then we're going to cook this up here at a fairly high heat, but not too hot. You don't want to burn everything. You just want to brown it all the way around. So when we transfer it to the oven now is about 400, a little over 425. After searing, you're going to be cooking it 50% of the way. It's going to be here because you want these to be tender. So these are excellent cuts. So we're just going to sear it. It'll cook 50% of the way. Take the whole thing, pop it right in the oven, and cook it for maybe another 5, 6 minutes, 7 minutes the most, to make it to be medium rare. And then it just comes right out, and it goes right on the platter, and it's ready to go. So, cut. Okay, Now, we'll take these awesome loins, put them right here, and what we're going to do is basically braise them here. All right, all the way around. Oh yeah, turn it up just a little bit. And just sear it and sizzle it all the way around. Oh yeah, it will stick a little bit, so you got to be careful. And just, oh, lay that baby right in there. Yeah. Start the other one. There you go. All right. Now this thing will be hot, so be careful as always. And let's see. Grab a fork. Oh yeah. There you go. Flip her over. Perfect. You don't need too much. So now all the juices for the marinade are all going in the pan. Can you see that? Zooming in. Good? There we go. Yeah, there we go. Do the back sides, bone side too. Because we're going to probably do about 50% of the cooking right here. So just a little bit more. There we go. If you stand it up on the back side of the bone, it'll heat that up and go right through the meat. Oh yeah, here we go. Now we got it. Now it's sizzling. And all these good flavors in the pan are going to come out nice. And flip it down again. There we go. Keep turning it and rotating it. You don't want it to burn, you just want it to brown and sear up real good. Now these have been sliced by the butcher, so it's going to cook a lot faster. You got to be careful. A lot of people take, when we're done, we take this out of the oven. You take the meat out. All these good pan drippings you could make. Some type of a gravy. When I did my show last year down at Chef Central, I did a apple cider pan gravy, which is really fantastic. And if you go back to that on the website, from the competition I did, you could be able to see that. Flip it over one more time. There we go. Right over. Come on. Okay, now we got, okay, now it's browning beautifully all the way around. There we go, just keep moving it. Oh yeah, there we go. I mean, if you wanted to, what I usually do, I put a drop of white wine in here just so it really steam up really good. Slap the top on it real quick. You could do that also. That all comes out nice with extra flavor. A Chardonnay, Pinot Grigio. You can get these big bottles here for, you know, $10, $12 and just cook with them, and they'll last you a while. Also fun to drink too. Don't forget about that. Okay, nice. Right now this is getting close to where we want it. And now I think at this point, we're going to pop this baby right in the oven. And let it cook in there for maybe about 8 minutes. 7-8 minutes. You want to, if you're not sure, your oven thermometer, I always have at least 2 thermometers at all times laying around. Put it in there. Right now, okay, 50. So turn this off and maybe give it maybe 5-6 minutes, and then I'm going to open that up, take it out, and I'll use the thermometer and see what the temperature is, if it's about medium to rare. Okay, and then cut. Okay, now it's been in there for about 6-7 minutes. That should be fine. Make it medium, medium rare, more on the rare side. Pink on the inside should be good. All right, let's take it right out. Oh yeah, she's sizzling fine. Okay, here you go. Oh yeah. That should be good. Excellent. Oh yeah. Perfect. So what we're going to do now is we take it and we're going to put them right on the platter. Okay. There we go. Now, like I said, if you're a little nervous, you're not sure, you could always take a meat thermometer and just push it right into the middle of the meat, gently, and it should come, oh yeah, bring it up, probably about, 140, 150 degrees, right around there. There we go. We're close to about 130, 140. It's close. Supposedly that's 7 to 8 minutes. I did it for 6. You could probably use another minute, maybe 2 minutes. But the thing is with all meats and roast, as you take it out of the oven, it's still going to cook on the inside. So if you think it's rare, you take it out, you let it sit. When you serve it and you carve it up, it's going to be medium already. So don't get confused and say, oh wow, it's rare, let me put it back in. Because when you take it out the second time, it's going to be medium to well done. And you say, oh my God, what have I done? So you always keep it just a little bit on the rare side, because as it sits, it's going to keep cooking for another 10 minutes or so, 5 to 10 minutes. Always keep that in mind. Okay, so now, here we go. We have our rack of lamb. We have our stuffed acorn squash. And you just pop it right in the middle here. And makes a great presentation for the table. And then what we have here, this incredible smoked turkey breast. A lot of people now are doing the deep fried turkeys. Oh, that's awesome too. You'll love those things. Those things are great. And maybe we'll do another show in the future. We'll do a deep fried turkey. That'd be a lot of fun too. So everybody, thank you very much for joining us. And from my family and friends to yours, have a happy and safe Thanksgiving. Thank you again. Okay, bye.